Warning, all of these points are based on my opinions and in no way should be judged. If you have an opinion on the same topic, put it down in the comments. Enjoy! What's up guys, this is KhUnlimited. Today I got another video for you guys and it's called Top Favorite Kingdom Hearts Games. And it was suggested by TheWalkingD. Let's get right into it. At number 7, we got Kingdom Hearts 1. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, this is the first game in the franchise, how can you hate it? Or why is it at the bottom of your list? To me personally, because this wasn't the first game I played, I started with Kingdom Hearts 2. After playing a few other games, I went back to Kingdom Hearts 1. And once you go back to Kingdom Hearts 1 after Kingdom Hearts 2, you kind of see they improved a lot in Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 1, like, not to make fun of it, it's just like crap compared to Kingdom Hearts 2. And like, please don't hate me or dislike this video or something, but it's just that in my opinion I don't like Kingdom Hearts 1. I think it's like the lowest of all of them. It's just that like I didn't really like it that much because the bosses, like, they're kind of annoying. Like, you have to fight Ansem like 64 times at the end. It just pissed me off sometimes. And the mechanics were okay, the platforming, and if you've seen like my other videos, you know what I mean when the tower's in place. I'm not gonna go over it again. And because it was like the first game in Kingdom Hearts, it was like kind of like really rough, so yeah, it wasn't okay. And it's just like I didn't really like it in my opinion, so yeah, it comes at my number 7. My number 6 game is Recoded. Kingdom Hearts Recoded is at my number 6, and just because it's at my number 6, it doesn't mean I hate it. From starting from number 6 to 1, I love all these games. It's just that this one is like the one I love the least. But Recoded was pretty fun, and it was a nice game just to take around with you because it was portable, and I actually loved it. I played it at school whenever I was bored. I just took my DS and actually finished it pretty fast. And I thought it was pretty fun. For a portable game, it was pretty fun, and it was pretty good for the Kingdom Hearts games. A lot of reviewers said it was bad because the story lacked a lot, and they understand it. I think they didn't understand it because they weren't a fan of Kingdom Hearts. I understood it completely, and I really love the story. It's pretty unique to the Kingdom Hearts universe, and if you guys know Kingdom Hearts games, it stood with the story how it usually does. I know it's pretty cool. And the only downside I would say about it was a bit too repetitive. Like when you go into a world, you gotta go to the end and do the, I forgot what to call the code portal or something like that, the glitch. So you gotta do it. The only thing, and another thing I liked about it was pretty cool, is how they changed it up. Sometimes it became a 2D platformer, sometimes it became a 3D shooter. I appreciate that. That was pretty cool, and it kept it kind of like flavorful, and it was pretty good when you kept on playing on. So I appreciate that. So that's why Recoded is at number 6 on my list. Number 5 is Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, and a lot of people are going to be wondering why it's at number 5, because since it's a new game, a lot of people love it. Honestly, to me, this was a game in the franchise which I didn't really like that much. It was good, but it's like the other Kingdom Hearts games left me with the feeling like I want to play it again. Oh, so cool, I want to unlock more stuff. Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance didn't really want me to play. I didn't really want to play it again. It's just like okay, yeah, whatever, it's good. And there wasn't much stuff. Like every other Kingdom Hearts games, usually after you're done, you had a few more stuff you could still do. Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, no. The only thing you could do is fight Julius, I think that was his name, which is like the Pete Frankenstein version thing. Yeah, so that's the only thing you can do. Then after that, you're basically done. So it's kind of boring. You can't really, there's nothing else you can do after it's done, and it just wasn't as fun as the others, and I didn't feel like playing it. And I was expecting much more. Like when I seen the trailer and I heard it was going to 3DS, I was really excited. I'm like, yes, they're bringing another Kingdom Hearts game. It's gonna be pretty awesome. And it wasn't as good. So that's why I'm kind of worried for Kingdom Hearts 3. I hope they make that amazing again. Because when I heard about Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be amazing. But no, it just didn't come out my standards. So that's why it takes my number 5 spot. My number 4 spot is Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep was a pretty amazing game, but it wasn't as good as my 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. And what I loved about it the most was the multiplayer mode. The multiplayer mode was awesome, and I really loved it. I played with my brother all the time, and I liked it. It was pretty original how you had an arena mode, how you could fight each other, stuff like that. So I really loved that, and I hope they incorporate in 2.52 as you saw in my first video. The only thing I didn't like really was, I don't know if it was me or it's because it's on the PSP, the frame rate really seemed low. Like when I played, like not like normal low, it didn't even seem at 30, sometimes it seemed like 15 or something. Like it really lacked, and the sound was kind of okay, so I didn't really like it. And the thing I don't like, because they had 3 stories, I thought they were gonna have like three kind of different stories. If you played Returning Memories, you know that Sora's and Riku's stories are really different. The way you play with Riku is completely different than you play with Sora. He has the dark form and everything, and it's kind of different mechanics. If they did something like that with Birth by Sleep, I would actually want to play it. It would seem like three different stories, but no, it seemed like the same story just with different character, and it was kind of boring. But other than that, it's pretty a nice and fun game, and I hope they make it better in Kingdom Hearts 2.5. That's why it takes my number 4 spot. In my number 3 spot is Kingdom Hearts Rechain Memories. Like I already said, I loved it because of the two stories of Sora and Riku. And Riku is one of my favorite characters, and because of the reason that I got to play with him was pretty awesome. And like I said before, it was two completely different stories. It wasn't different, but the way you got to play with them. Riku had a whole different fighting style than Sora, how you played with him. I'm still currently not done the game yet, but I've seen a few walkthroughs, and it's pretty cool. Like I know what happens and stuff like that, and I think it's a pretty amazing game, and it's really fun. And I like the way the card system is. At first I didn't really like it, which is the reason I didn't play it, but once you get used to it, it's actually a pretty smart idea what they did, the strategies you gotta make. So if you're a Kingdom Hearts fan and you didn't play this yet, I recommend you play this. It's a pretty awesome game, and that's why it takes my number 3 spot. My number 2 spot is Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. I honestly love this game, and I was so mad when they didn't make it on the PS3. I would really love if they remade this on PS3, so I don't know if they're gonna make it or not, but I hope like after Kingdom Hearts 3 I'd wait or something, if they have some time or something sometime. I really want TNO World to make this on PS3. I'd love to see this on high definition graphics, fully playable, because this game was awesome. I love the story. I know some people don't like it because they say it wasn't playable that much. To me, it was, because it's really amazing that they actually made all the organization members playable, and the multiplayer was just fantastic. I always played with my friends at school. I played with my brothers sometimes, and this game is pretty cool because of the gears. This is really unique compared to other Kingdom Hearts games, because in this, when you put other gears, for the people who don't know, your Keyblade changes its looks, and in this they added a funny gear called Casual Gear, which turns into casual items. Like Roxas gets a broom, I think Axel gets pizza, something like that. So the weapons, they turn funny. You could play with Donald, Goofy. If you do all the missions, you could play as Mickey and Sora. So this game had a plethora of characters you could play through, and it was pretty awesome. And what I really love, that if you put the gears in a certain way, you could also play as Roxas dual wielding. So that was pretty cool, and I would love it if I had it on the PS3. The only little downside was a bit repetitive, but I don't really care about that because the game was so awesome. All the extras they added into it, it kind of adds on to the story that it lacks a bit, but I love it. And I love that this happened at the same time of Kingdom Hearts Rechain Memories, which I thought was pretty cool. So this and Rechain Memories will kind of tie for 2nd and 3rd place, but right now it takes my 2nd place because I really love it. The style was nice and more unique than the other games, and I love because it's Roxas' perspective, because we never really got that. That's why it takes my number 2 spot. My number 1 spot is obviously Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 2 was the first game I played of the franchise, and till this day, this is actually the best game I've ever played from any game. This game is just something that I really love playing, and I started playing in 2006, I think when I was like in grade 2. I'm pretty sure I started playing around that time, and I've actually been playing it ever since. Yeah, I've been repeating it, playing it, whatever. So I'm really excited for playing a 2.5, because when it comes in HD, I'm going to keep playing it again. And now that it's in final mix, I could do the organization members, and it's going to be so awesome. And the version that I was playing again was just a normal version, so the final mix version, I'm going to go hardcore on it. So I'm going to love it. I'm not even lying, but I actually played it like over 15 times. And this was a pretty awesome game. I love the mechanics of it. They really improved a lot from Kingdom Hearts 1, just everything about it. And in my opinion, this is the most beautiful game that came out for the PS2. If you watch like gameplays on the PCSX2 or something like that, like the Terror fight from this guy named Venom Blade, something like that, you can see how beautiful the game is made. And when you watch it, I can't believe that's made on the PS2. It looked like it should be on the PS3 because it kind of beats the graphics of some PS3 games. So yeah, it's a really beautiful game, and the fact that it was on the PS2 is just awesome. And the story was amazing. The fights were amazing. They had some of the sickest fights, the ones with the 1,000 Heartless, when Roxas dual wields fights Axel, and like when you fight Xemnas at the end. They were like one of my favorite fights, and those were pretty awesome. I love how they did it. And the final mix version that you get to fight every organization member again, that's pretty awesome. I love that. That's why Kingdom Hearts 2 takes my number 1 spot. And it was so good with the perfect amount of epicness, pinch of awesomeness, and tiny dash of amazingosity. I love this game, and that's why it takes my number 1 spot in my top favorite Kingdom Hearts games. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and remember, if you like this video, thank TheWalkingD for suggesting it to me, and remember, comment down below what your favorite Kingdom Hearts game is, why it's your favorite, tell me what's your least favorite game. I want to know. I'm gonna reply back. And remember, if you guys tell me a suggestion for my next video, I will put your name into it and I will make a video in it. So please suggest down below. And thank you for the subscribers and views I've been getting, and thanks for the comments I've been getting also. I've been getting more comments every day, so I really appreciate it. I love it when I get comments from you guys. So thanks for commenting, guys. So comment, like, share, subscribe, and remember, the possibilities in Kingdom Hearts are unlimited. Later.